All right, let's get another random tip from maintenance and reliability best practices. So we're going to use a random number generator from 1 to 700, and it'll pick a page for us. We'll give you a tip of the day based on whatever happens to be on that page. So without further ado, let's see where we land. All right, so pick your favorite number from 1 to 700. See if you guess correctly. Let's take a look and see where we end up today. And right now, we are at 676. So let's go to page 676, see what's on that page. We've had a couple of pages in that general area. So let's see where 676 lands us. All right, so 676 is risk mitigation, and it talks very specifically about the ACAT approach. And the ACAT approach is the steps you take after you've done the initial risk assessment. So once you have determined a risk exists and to what level it is, you utilize this ACAT approach, and ACAT stands for avoid, control, accept, or transfer. And so you are first and foremost trying to get rid of the risk, right? You're trying to completely avoid it. So make the risk go away. The second one is to control the risk. So what mitigation activities can take place, which will contain that risk or control that risk and lower the overall risk profile. Number three is the acceptance of risk. However, with the acceptance of risk, there should always be like a business continuity plan. What do we do if this risk comes to fruition? And then last in the ACAT approach is the transfer risk to someone else. So whether you use a third party to execute work or to take on that risk, that's transferring risk to someone else that ends up responsible for it. An example of that would be leasing a building instead of owning the building, right? Some of the risk you're transferring out. So let's see. So our tip today, let's go under the accept risk standpoint. So if you are forced to accept risk, you've done what you could to control it. You've done what you could possibly do to lower its risk profile, but that risk still exists, and you have no choice but to accept it as a business. Then business continuity planning is what should take place next. And business continuity planning is, well, should this risk come to fruition, what are we going to do? So, for example, if you're in a company that may have multiple plants, you may have a risk mitigation strategy to transfer volume from one plant to another if that is a potential, right? And maybe that plant has to work some overtime or whatever has to happen to increase that volume on that side. Should the risk come to fruition in plant one, plant two then takes on some volume. That's a risk mitigation strategy, and part of what you should do if you find yourself in the ACAT approach under the acceptance category. So there's today's tip of the day. Go make tomorrow better than today.